deeper into work, and I didn't address what was going on, and sometimes that made the situation worse, because once this play or this project is over, I still gotta face that.
Right.
So I was sweeping it under the rug and not thinking about it and not focusing on it, and all the while it's growing and festering and getting worse.
Right.
And I'm over here just trying to be an artist, but you gotta heal from within, and it's an ongoing process, and you may never get to your destination, but the journey itself is worth fighting for.
Right.
You know, even if you don't make it, you know, or you transition before you get there, but
like I don't have that if factor. It's like, you know, when we make it, like,
right,
we're going to make it. It's like I don't know. Some people's like I'm not knocking what you saying if, but my version of if is like it's not. It's like it's doubt, and
right.
I try not to have if in there, because if you have if, then that means it's a but.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
And you have to do some self-care,
right?
Because you begin to break yourself down worrying about how people will be or how people are treating you, and you see them damaging your life, but something in you just wants to be patient with them. But you have to learn how to let people go. Everybody is not meant to be there for a lifetime,
right?
And you have to learn your lesson and move on sometimes.
Right. Some people are there just for a season, you know. And it's like you have people in your life that are roots, you have people in your life that are branches, and you have people in your life that are leaves.
Right.
You know, you got the people that's there, like the leaves, they gonna be there. Hey, I'm just here, you know what I'm saying? Something
as soon as the wind blows,
snap, let me get out of here. Oh, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then you got that one branch, like, you know, I'm gonna fight with you for a second. Oh, snap, the wind too strong. She broke off. But you got that one, you got those roots there, you know, those are your elders, the one that's actually there showing you the way, you know, that's actually taking their time and that's just helping you like get molded. And once that wind comes, you know what I'm saying, you can sway left, you can sway far right, but no matter what, the roots are still going to be there to hold you strong. Like, you know what, I got you. You know, you're gonna make it through this. You know, we can do this together. We're a stronghold. So, you know, don't let nothing break that. You know what I'm saying?
And part of the discussion that I had today,
ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flashback on Charm City Direct Radio Show.
You know me. I eat like this all the time. Do I gain any weight? No, at all. You can have my belly right now. I'm giving away body parts. Somebody said they need a butt. Somebody said they need a butt.
I can use a little extra tissue there.
I can pop it right now.
He out here giving out butt cheek donations.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, the magical glow getter herself, Anissa Maureen, co-host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Catch me and the rest of my team every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
It's time for Flashback.
Now I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know.
It's just the one you had. That was
just a long one, right? You know. But it's always something that you can
go ahead, Melissa. Can you recollect any signs that you might like?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yo. What's poppin', Baltimore? You know what it is? Just a bit outside sports radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. I am your host, Kescia, and across from me, I got my dude, and in true NBA fashion, Mark Foster is fantastic. Yo, so it's 7 o'clock. We're gonna be on for 2 hours. We got the NBA special popping tonight. We're gonna get into some NBA analysis and some predictions. The NBA kicked off last week, and we've had drama already. I feel
6 minutes into the season, there was drama.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk all about that a little bit later on in the show. Also, y'all know I'm a big fan of a Game of Thrones, but you guys may not know Mark is a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and when I was on ESPN's website, I saw something about the ultimate rematch. I don't know what that means because I don't watch Walking Dead, but they were saying something about the ultimate rematch.
I'm gonna guess they're talking about Negan and Rick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Negan the dude with the baseball bat? Okay, then
Seal.
Yeah. Okay. Then yes, that's.
I haven't been able to watch last night's episode yet. I have a little catching up still to do from even last season. But I read the books. And so the books, or the show kind of follows the show, not exactly, but generally they do. So I know what's coming, and I think some people are going to be happy. I think some people are going to be upset. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the TV show translates what's coming up, because the story in the book for last season was like my least favorite part of the book. But stuff coming up is like my most favorite. So I'm excited.
So y'all are pretty much like the show and the books are all pretty much caught up to each other.
Yeah. Well.
See, you don't have none of that business that us Game of Thrones fans are going through right now.
Yeah, isn't Martin still waiting to release the book?
Yeah, we're still waiting on the final book. I'm still waiting on that joint, that Bama.
Because the stuff from The Walking Dead that's going on right now happened in the books like 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that's
I'm
what's
still
up.
ahead. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so, Walking Dead fans, what's up? Shout it out, whatever. Going on around town, we had Baltimore Design Week. Apparently, it's the 6th annual Design Week here in Baltimore, celebration of design and Baltimore designers. Did you hear anything about that?
I heard a little bit. Yeah, not too much. It was a damn busy week.
They had some social events, workshops. One interesting thing that I did see was that it's thrown by the American Institute of Graphic Arts, and they partnered up with Bowie University to host this guy, Emory Douglas, and he had a discussion on the intersection of design and activism. And apparently this guy, Emory Douglas, was down with the Black Panther movement and whatnot. So wow. I'm pretty sure that was a pretty interesting discussion.
Certainly.
Yeah. So we also had for our horse racing fans, Jim McKay Maryland Million Day. Now I know you heard something about that.
I heard about that. Yeah, Laurel Park. It's been going on since about '85, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. 11 races, 11 stakes, with the purses totaling $1 million in total. Aside from Preakness, it's the most attended horse racing event in the state, and it's not even Laurel's signature race.
Really?
That's what I was reading. Yeah.
Yeah, and I never really heard about this because I'm not really a huge horse racing fan, but I try to keep up with everything that's going on in Baltimore and the surrounding areas in Maryland. But apparently this is like Maryland's version of the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was done by this guy, Jim McKay, who most people will know. I mean, this is like a throwback kind of name. I mean, he used to host the ABC's Wild World of Sports.
Yep.
Like back in the day, and he was a big fan of horse racing, and he actually started his career covering horse racing in Maryland.
Oh, wow.
Which is probably why they chose, here for the Maryland Million Day. And the big race of the day was called the Maryland Million Classic. I think the purse was $150K. And it was won by the horse Bonus Points. Yeah, Bonus Points. And it was jockeyed by a local kid, this Westminster High School graduate, Nick Juarez.
Really?
Yeah. So, shout out to Nick Juarez and winning the big race of the day. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It seemed like from what I was reading, the horses and the jockeys and everything have a really big local tie. So that's really good for the event as it is.
Nice. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Do we have a comment? It looks like we have a comment.
We got Howard going off.
Oh God! Already? What did we do?
He's just really talkative.
Okay, what did he say?
ADD meds. I think this is when we started talking to The Walking Dead. He said spoiler alert, but we didn't spoil anything. He wants us to talk about the Baltimore Run Feast. I'm going to guess that's
the Baltimore Run Fest that went down.
He put Feast, so I'm going to guess that's an autocorrect.
That's Fest.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Howard.
Yeah, Howard and his wife. Did the wife run too? I know Howard. I think Howard did the half marathon.
13.1. Yeah.
Yeah, half marathon.
Yep, and he says he ran his half and was cramping like a big dog, but he finished.
Nice. Hey, man, congratulations, yo. I'm still trying to work up to that level. Hopefully I can do that next year. Man, that's amazing. That is really amazing. Jimmy says, "What up, fools? I'm outside." Okay, we got you, bub. What else do we have that was going on? I think that was pretty much it. I mean, shout out to all the runners at the running festival this weekend.
Yeah.
That thing goes down right in front of my apartment like every year. I mean, It's a huge clusterfuck when it comes to traffic, but shout out to all the runners, man. That thing is really a beautiful thing.
I used to live over by Lake Montebello.
Okay, yeah, they be up there too.
Park, yeah. And every year my kids would be having soccer games, and then suddenly the helicopter comes and the runners go by, and you're like, what the hell? Stopping traffic. So yeah, I mean, it's always like all over the city, and it's really cool thing to see. This year I didn't see it though. This year I went camping.
Oh yeah, I saw some of them pictures on Facebook.
I took my kids camping, Susquehanna State Park up north.
Nice.
And it was a great time. I haven't been camping in years.
It's a beautiful thing.
Friday night, I don't know if you're into it, but meteors.
Yeah, meteor shower.
Friday night was the peak of the Orionids. And I didn't sleep in the tent. I just slept on the ground.
Really?
Eyes up at the sky.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Jimmy and I were talking about that Friday night too. So you got to see it like
out there in the woods.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of you on that. Real nice.
We'll have to plan a Jabbo camping trip.
Yeah, yo. Hey, I like that. I like that idea. Like that. Let's move on to our WTF moment of the week. And you guys, I mean, I'm hopefully we never disappoint you guys when it comes to this. And this week will not be an exception. WTF. We're going to go with Marshawn Lynch. And we're going to call this WTF Marshawn Lynch idiot mode. Not beast mode, but idiot mode. Mark, what did he do to earn the WTF of the week?
Well, he went beast mode. But he went beast mode on a ref.
Yeah.
They were John and, pushing and shoving, and he ran out on the field and just shoved a ref down, which is, you don't do that.
Definitely don't do that. Like, I mean, it was crazy. You weren't even involved in the play. Like, you ran on to the field from the sidelines and just, I guess, like, jacked up the first person that you saw, which happened to be, like, the referee, right, the official. And it was crazy because, man, I was hanging out on Thursday night with a friend of mine. Shout out to Jen, shout out to Beatty. And we had a couple drinks, and I go back in the house to check my fantasy team because this Bama is on my fantasy team, right? And he has 0 points, and I'm like, I think it might have been like around halftime, man. I believe this happened in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I text my homeboy. I'm like, Damon, Marshawn Lynch doesn't have any points. I'm like, what happened? And he texts me back, CTE. And I'm looking at the phone like, CTE? What are you talking? I have no idea what he's talking about. Man, once the game is over, I'm start seeing these replays. I'm going to shout out my homeboy Damon for that CTE joke, man. Trying to say Marshawn Lynch got CTE and he flipped out on the sideline. Man, I was cracking up. Hey, shots fired. That's what we do. I don't know, man. I mean, that thing was that was wild. That was pretty wild. So he got suspended for a game because of that.
Was it just one game?
Yeah, just one game. I believe he's trying to appeal it.
He did. Well, the appeal was today. They expect a decision tomorrow. And one of his arguments apparently was 9 other players touched refs and they didn't get any punishment. I don't think they ran up and shoved him down, though.
Yeah, I didn't see anything remotely close to what he did. So, regardless, to me, from me and fantasy owners everywhere that owns Marshawn Lynch, WTF. Man, that thing was crazy.
And that's where, like, fantasy, it's so fun, but it ruins the game sometimes.
Yo, blew me, straight blew me. It was crazy. But luckily I had Tyreek Hill on the same squad, and he made up. He filled the void for that jerk. So, let's move on to a new segment that I wanted to introduce. I don't think we've done it yet.
No, not yet. We've been trying to.
All right, I know. There's so much going on. But we got a new segment, y'all, called Hometown Hero, where we will spotlight, either a team, a player, somebody local from around the way, city of Baltimore, something. So what you got?
All right. Hold on a second.
I'm going to hurt you.
James says he was surprised there's only one game suspension, which
right.
I totally feel that.
I agree with you as well. That was crazy. Seriously crazy.
All right. So the Hometown Hero thing, it's not a person this time, it's a team.
Okay.
And it's a few weeks old because it was one of the first ones I found when we first tried doing this, but I think
go for it.
It exemplifies what we're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
The Owings Mills field hockey team, high school. Recently, they won a game, which that's not, anything out of the ordinary. What makes it interesting, though, is the streak that they went without winning a game. First time they won in nearly 5 years.
What?
5 years.
Yeah, wow. Props to y'all and congratulations. That is yikes.
Yeah. I mean, it got to the point actually where they were looking at suspending the program, and maybe they did for a season. Brought it back, and the girls started their season 3-1. So obviously they won a few more games, but they just described the emotion of getting that win, almost like winning a Super Bowl, because it's something the senior players on the team had never experienced, period.
That's crazy. And that was out in Owings Mills?
Yeah.
Shout out to the squad. Lord have mercy. Well, hopefully that was like a turnaround game for them, and they would be able to capitalize or build upon that win.
Definitely.
5 years, Lord have mercy. You get that little taste of victory. They probably walking around school like.
Oh, some of them had said that, like, after the win, they were crying on the field just because, you know, it is
Really?
such an emotional thing.
Yeah, I bet. That's dope. That's dope. It's dope. All right, that's what's up. Eric, how much time we got left, bud? 1 minute. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next segment. I want to talk a little bit about the game that we have going down tonight. Monday Night Football. We have Washington Redskins visiting the Philadelphia Eagles in a NFC East matchup between two squads that are doing pretty well. This is the second time they meet up.
They faced each other first week of the season.
Yeah, so Philly won the season opener against Washington. I believe that score was 30-17.
Yep.
So they are at home and they are looking for the sweep. I mean, you know, the sweep that rarely ever happens in football. It's not like baseball. It's not like basketball. So, there go the music. Y'all don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk more about Monday Night Football. We're also going to talk about the possibility of sports betting coming to Maryland casinos. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. You know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm going to make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have-Nots to be like 5% shorter, each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless, because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to pick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have-Nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season, but I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not but you don't get the point for 4 episodes. It's too much. So, now according to ET Online report.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. Little audio difficulties there. I'm the dumbass that turned it all the way down.
Right.
Thank you for joining us each and every Monday. Now I got it too loud. We were talking about Monday Night Football before. Real quick, if you want to jump in, there's always the chat going on the video on Facebook. Join us on YouTube. There's the TuneIn app. There's the Radio Loyalty app that you can listen to us live. And give us a call, 410-702-5657. And if you remember right, last week I kind of dogged the NFL matchmakers for what a horrible game they put together for Monday Night Football, which was the Colts and the Titans.
Yeah.
I think they redeemed themselves with this week because, like you said, both teams are doing good. I mean, Redskins, they're 3-3, I think, so they could be doing better. Every year they're picked to do well, if not win the division, then compete. So they're kind of having the same problems as usual. But the Eagles, they got the best record in the NFC right now. If they win tonight, they got the best record in the NFL because the Patriots are next at 5-2. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Uh-oh. Hey, say what's up.
Hey. What's up, you dirty mouse?
We got Jimmy.
What's up? What y'all doing, man? What's going on?
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey, take that off.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, take that off.
Sorry.
So we were talking about Monday Night Football really quickly. Talking about the Washington Redskins on the road in Philadelphia against the Eagles. My man Jordan, what's up, Donnie? He said he's going with Philly. I'm going. Well, who you going with, Mark?
I'm going Philly. I say 30-20.
30-20, Philly. James.
Yeah, I say Philly tonight too. Yeah,
He's going with Philly.
More superior team.
I think we're gonna go 3 for 3 because.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, James?
I'm going for Philly as well. Carson Wentz is playing awesome.
Yes.
I mean, he has 13 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. If he continues to win, I don't see why he wouldn't be included in MVP talks.
Absolutely.
This season.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. Yeah, he's going.
He does have some fumbling issues. I think 5 this season, but you know what? When you're 5-1, you can let him fumble a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And also too, I'm not sure if they've announced it yet, but as far as I knew, the starting cornerbacks for Washington, Bashar Breeland and Josh Norman, may not be playing the game tonight. So I'm pretty sure Philly will be looking to exploit that, having 2 backups out there. And hopefully my man Nelson Aguilar will be out there catching that ball. But I'm going with a 27-20 Philadelphia score. So, so we're unanimous on that. I kind of wanted to, since we're talking about Monday Night Football and predictions and whatnot, I saw this article over the weekend about the possibility of sports betting coming to Maryland casinos. Right. Yeah, and I just want to take a few minutes to talk about that because I find it, very interesting. Apparently, there's some folks out there who are calling for the issue of sports betting to return to the General Assembly's agenda in 2018, and there are a lot of big shots out there who are backing this movement, namely Joe Weinberg, CEO of Cornish Gaming, which is basically the company responsible for Maryland Live Casino. So of course he's going to be a big advocate for the idea. And apparently we're not the only ones. Apparently there's some surrounding areas. New Jersey is pushing for it as well.
Well, New Jersey has actually sued regarding a 1991 act that prohibits sports betting in all but 4 states. Before the act went into effect, all the states had to, sign up to be able to have sports betting.
Okay.
Delaware, Nevada, of course.
Right.
Oregon, and I can't remember the 4th one, are the only 4 that signed up. So now New Jersey is suing to get the rights to have sports betting back. And they're saying that 32 states in all within the next 5 years, if this ruling is overturned, could go after sports betting, which I think Maryland needs to jump on it if so, because they're predicted to have it within 5 years, yet Delaware, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia are all expected to have it within 2 years.
Yeah, and that's part of the push. They're saying everybody else around us is already like getting on the ball. Why can't we?
Yep.
And sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I don't think if you're really not into it, you don't really realize how much money is in this industry. This past Super Bowl, I think it was about $5 billion was spent on betting on the Super Bowl alone, and 97% of it was done illegally.
How much?
97.
No, how much money?
$5 billion on one game. Yeah. So you guys don't go anywhere. As promised, it's the NBA special. When we come back, the squad is going to give their picks on top 3 teams in the East and West. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside. Jimmy, Mark, Kescia.
Ow.
Hey. So,
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Marnie, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Last time on Talk Lately.
He don't have Down syndrome. His
Man
features
killed
are
after
more-
being shot in Charm City Circulator. That's dark. It says a 26-year-old man was killed after being shot on the Charm Circulator bus Wednesday afternoon. Police, that was last Wednesday. Okay, good. It wasn't dark. He did that. His shooting was on Saturday. Police found the victim, who had been shot in the stomach at 2:50 p.m. at the bus on the 200 block of South Broadway and Gulf Street.
But he was on
It
that
is over
bus.
east.
Yeah, it's the one that's coming from John Hopkins.
Police believe the suspect and victim argued, then got onto the bus. The bus was still stopped when the shooting occurred.
1 minute.
The suspect, wearing a black hoodie, black pants, black shoes, white soles. Matt. I know that was that mastermind down there. Okay, somebody go look for mastermind. Hello?
At that point, it's time to go for a break.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either. This is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is. Oh, you all right? Ooh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Like, damn, sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing. I was like, you okay?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. As I said before when we were signing off, we're about to get into the NBA.
Yep.
Right? We said we would. We promised it would be like the NBA special. The NBA offseason has been very exciting. There have been a lot of moves, and now we finally get to see how everything materializes, and if who's going to be paying out the dividends from all of these acquisitions. So everything started off last week. We're a week into the games. Most of the teams have played either 2 or 3 games. They got 2 or 3 games under their belt. And I kind of, I like to do the prediction thing before the season really gets underway. I want to take a minute to give our top 3 teams for each conference. Okay? So I want to start off with the Western Conference. What is your number 1 top team for the Western Conference?
Number 1, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Yeah, number 1.
Let's go 1. Number 1.
Yep.
You can't keep a good team down.
That's right.
And the team that has been to the finals the last 3 years, won 2 championships, and despite winning these last few years, they still have a whole bunch of haters and people that just, want to see them lose. I think they do, from a personal perspective, have something to prove, because people do hate that they have like all the talent, and they have Durant and they have Curry, which Curry just got fined. He's frustrated. He threw his mouthpiece at a ref.
Yeah, what was up with that?
They're all frustrated. They started 1 and 2, and I think Steve Kerr is gonna whip them into shape. We're not gonna see the 16, 22 game win streaks like we have in the past, but this is the team that will go to the Western Conference Finals and then the NBA Finals.
Jim, do you agree? Do you say Golden State's number 1 team, the team to beat in the Western Conference?
I would say probably number 1. Yeah, they're probably the team to beat. Sneak teams, I'd say Oklahoma Thunder and the Rockets once they get all their shit together.
Right.
Like Chris Paul is hurt right now, right?
Yeah.
Bruised something or other. The Thunder, I think once they start to gel, learn how to play with each other, that's a dangerous lineup. Some dangerous weapons that my boy Dangerous has out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you guys. I mean, until proven otherwise. Yeah, they got off to a rocky start. 1 and 2.
1 and 2 isn't really something to panic over.
But a lot of the big teams started off 1 and 2.
Right.
So, there was a lot of movement, a lot of migration to the Western Conference, and I'm thinking, I know that it's going to take some time for a lot of those teams to gel and get that chemistry going. And I think that's a huge advantage for the Golden State Warriors right now. You already have that chemistry. You really don't have any new additions. I know they added Swaggy P. Nick Young.
Right.
Nick Young is out there, which I think is a pretty decent come up. I'm pretty sure he's going to come up.
I don't know. I think he's
coming off the bench, sure. No.
I think he's the clown.
Swaggy the clown. Shots fired. That's what we do. Yeah. So let's go to the second pick. Who's your pick for number 2, Mark?
Well, we still don't count Pop out. San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah. I agree with that too. Yeah, the
Spurs.
Yep. And last year they seemed stuck in gear for a while, but once they hit the playoffs, they were just bam. So I think they're going to make a run deep in the playoffs. Probably not the NBA Finals, but the Western Conference Finals again.
The ageless wonder came back for one more season.
Yeah.
After everybody thought he was retired. Manu Ginobili, right?
Manu, sunroof. He got the sunroof poking out.
I know. I thought he was going to come back bald. I thought he was going to come back bald. When he plays for Argentina, he shaves his head.
No,
but nope.
Man, that joint is growing into a
Came back with the sunroof. Came back with the freaky muffs.
Maybe he thinks he's Samson.
Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? But I too as well, man. We ain't gonna have no variety tonight. I also had San Antonio Spurs. I mean, yeah, they only played 3 games, but they are starting off with the best defense in the league. They've only allowed an average of 88 points.
Yeah, and Kawhi's out right now for something or other, right? Yeah.
Yes. And
but he'll be back shortly.
They pretty much had the same team as last year, but they did add Rudy Gay to the squad, which I think is a pretty decent acquisition for them as well, because you'll have what I think will happen is Patty Mills and Rudy Gay coming off the bench. And, I mean, how nice is it to have those two, you know what I'm saying, coming off the bench and you know, handling that whole second unit. Oh, yeah. You know, they won 60 games last year. I don't see why they can't do it again.
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And no matter who plays under Greg Popovich's system, you know, he just finds a way to get the most value out of the players and the most success.
And the young kid they have, DeJounte Murray, the backup point guard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's going to develop into a nice player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the NBA is going to be crazy in like 4 years.
You know, maybe even sooner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, there was a lot of migration to the Western Conference. A lot of veteran teams went to younger, you know, undeveloped teams. You know, and we might even see growth in like 2 years, like next season.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, hey, like the Minnesota beat Oklahoma City last night, and that was like off some back and forth game winner after like Carmelo.
They traded game winning shots.
Right, man. I was all ready to I had my notes out. I was ready to talk about how Carmelo was a great addition to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He gonna spread the floor around. He won the game with a 3-pointer.
Nope.
Man, I hit refresh. I said, what the hell? Yeah, I had to rub my eyes like 2-3 times. It was crazy. That was an awesome game last night.
I was watching NBA TV when that happened. So
I didn't get to see it live because I was watching that booty Sunday night football game.
I'd rather see that kind of competitive game than all the shit that we had last year. Where it was like 130 to 89.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a lot of high scoring games. A lot of competitive high scoring games.
True that. True that. Now, we might have a little variety when it comes to our third pick for the Western Conference. Who do you have, Mark?
I know we're going to have variety because I know who you guys like, but I'm going to go Houston Rockets.
Yeah, okay.
They've had some good additions. Like you said, CP3 is hurt, but you know, I think Eric Gordon can do really well to back up James Harden and, you know, spread the love on the court. And they went deep into the playoffs last year, but then they just got tired and didn't have anything else going. So they made some additions, and I think they're going to do really well this year.
Right, yeah. They got Chris Paul to help carry the load for James Harden.
Yeah, I mean, we say that Chris Paul is supposed to be help carrying the load. Bama's injured. He's down for a month. So they have to, excuse me, they had to change up. And this is a big question mark for me, like the durability of Chris Paul, because the whole, like James said,
it's been consecutive seasons now, fam.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm starting to see a decline in his stats as well. You know, like James said, he's supposed to be lightening the load for Harden. Now he's got he was thinking he's about to have a easier, you know, for lack of a better word, an easier season. And now he's got to put in those same killer, you know, minutes that he was doing last year, which is not what they wanted to do. You know, but they did. Yeah, your Houston Rockets picked up Luke Baamute from the Clippers and PJ Tucker from Toronto to help with the defense. I think that will help them out a great deal. And Baamute, he played with Chris Paul with the Clippers, so they have a little familiarity there as well. So we have I feel like this is the MVP race revisited, because of course I'm going to go with the Thunder. I'm going with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I love what they did in the off season. You know, they took their stock through the roof with the additions of Carmelo Anthony and Paul George.
Paul George, man,
Yes. I feel like the huge problem with the Thunder last year was the lack of defense and nobody stepping up on offense. And that ultimately led to the demise of the Thunder, you know, in the postseason. And I feel like Oklahoma City addressed those issues in the offseason. Paul George has been on the NBA All-Defensive Team like 3 times. Mm-hmm. You know, I was just talking about Carmelo Anthony shooting
Melo
threes.
ain't playing any D, but yeah,
He's gonna shoot the threes though. He hit the 3 ball, which I feel like OKC was missing too. So you know, they're putting up some pretty good defensive stats so far this season, and they also got Patrick Patterson, who can also shoot the 3 as well. So I feel like they put together a pretty decent squad that should be able to at least challenge the Golden State Warriors. And you know, like, Russell Westbrook has a chip on his shoulder.
They finally gave him some weapons, though, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And last year, the team was just Westbrook. He got that
Right.
triple-double average.
Exactly.
And to average the triple doubles, like you just said, with nobody around him.
But how many of those games that he got the triple-doubles did they lose? That's what they had to address, and that's what I think they've addressed.
Right.
I'm gonna make a slightly bold prediction right now about the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors. Last year, Golden State swept the Oklahoma City Thunder 4-0. This year, I am expecting a complete turnaround. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder will take 3 of this year's 4 games.
You think 3-1? Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, that's my bold prediction. You heard it here first. Yes. So let's move on. Do you have any comments about the Western Conference?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike says they're gonna have to move the 3-point shot back. Didn't they recently do that?
I don't know. I know in
like they
past
did.
years they've moved it up and back.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if they recently had done that.
And my father said they should trade Durant. Dad, I don't know. He might be off the
He's
yak
a hater.
tonight.
I thought he liked them.
It is a contract year, so I mean,
But trade Durant for what though?
if his that's a big if. If his production numbers aren't as big, then you know, trade for something that'll help you in the future. I mean, that's how every league addresses contracts.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's like the core.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to let the core go.
If they feel they can re-sign him, they're not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah, they can be highly competitive at least 2-3 more years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With
Absolutely.
the lineup that they have. But yeah, I actually agree with both of you guys for the Western Conference. With the Rockets and the Spurs. In my list, I didn't add Golden State because I'm just a hater.
I
want to talk about somebody different anyway. Right. So I actually had the Rockets, the Spurs, and the Thunder.
Okay. So let's move on to the Eastern Conference.
Right.
And I think the Eastern Conference is going to be equally fun this year, you guys.
Mike said he thinks OKC is going to win the Western Conference.
Hey, my man Mike, DJ Delight. I'm with you on that one, baby. Let's go. OKC. Yo.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on to the Eastern Conference. James, why don't you kick it off with your number 1 team as of right now with the NBA Eastern Conference?
I don't want to be a rider on another team that I hate.
I know it.
But, you know, you got to give it to Cleveland. They made the moves. Okay, now, I think they were strange moves, but they may work out for them. The one major flaw that I saw with them was they didn't have a strong center to compete with JaVale McGee in the finals. So Thompson was getting his ass whooped. So I'm like, they need a center. They need a real center. Make him the power forward. They go and they actually make Kevin Love the center, and they put Thompson on the bench. But I don't know. Maybe it's just like purely offensive, and we'll see how it works out. But you know, Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, everybody's old, and everybody's knees are broke down.
Right.
But, you know, these guys are proven veterans, especially D. Wade. You can't go wrong with D. Wade and LeBron on the same team.
Now, my number 1 is the same. Cleveland. I see them going all the way, and it's because LeBron spurs them on to do whatever it takes to
Right.
win. They're
And
not
partly what happened with Gordon Hayward. That freaking sucks what happened to him. But
they're not going to do as well as they have in past seasons. Cleveland, they're going to limp into the playoffs, but I think they're going to do whatever it takes to win. I think we're going to see a big trade somewhere in the season if they're mediocre and it's something needed to spur them on. But it's interesting that you brought up D Wade, because today it came out that Wade went to the coach and said, "Put me on the bench."
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yep.
this is perfect.
So
Perfect.
J.R. Smith
J.R.
is going
Smith
to start now.
Yep. And Wade did that himself, which you got to give props. First time ever in his career that he's riding the bench.
Yo, I mean, keep it real, keep it 100. This was one of the points that I was just about to make, because I do have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think
as
it's
well.
a good move for them, actually.
Well, I was questioning the durability of the players that the dude had, the durability of Rose, the durability of Wade. I was actually going to ask you guys, how long is it going to be before they start coming off the bench? Well, lo and behold, here you have it. Here you have it. And I hope LeBron listens and, you know, stops trying to be this player coach and let the coach do his job. You guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue our talk on the Eastern Conference. And we're also going to go with the Rookie of the Year. See these colors I'm flexing tonight. You should know what it is. Lonzo, baby.
Thank you very much.
Because they had nothing else to do.
So it was like, imagine that your late husband was actually your father. I can't imagine that, because that's disgusting.
Very much so.
And then I would have to clean my basement, because that's where my actual father resides right now. So, okay. The 60-year-old woman learned the truth about her husband, Percy, 6 years after he passed
Not
away.
Percy, no. Percy doesn't sound like that name.
Percy just sounds like a feminine boy.
Really?
Yeah.
But nobody told
You don't think
at
it?
no point.
Sound like
Like
that
Percy.
name.
Look at Percy over there with his purse.
Oh, his name first.
Percy always switching.
And you just keep laughing at him.
That's a joke. What do you call it? What's the gay boy's name?
Percy.
Percy.
What are you doing, Percy? I don't even know what to say about this one, and I'm the one that said it. Oh my gosh, we're here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. The conversations can get deep, they can get out of this world, but we do them. BeExposedRadio.com. Talk lately, the radio.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
I got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything. So.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice.
Ooh,
it's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it
I was
as
on
much.
151 kid, straight up.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Just a Bit Outside Sports Radio Show / podcast / comedy hour / talent show. I mean, we just do it all around here.
Not your mama's sports show.
Ho. No, I'm kidding.
We in Baltimore, you little whores.
Shots fired. Hey, you guys, so when we left off, we were talking about the NBA and our picks for the Eastern Conference. It was pretty much a unanimous decision around the table that, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers are the team to beat. I want to move on to our second picks. James, you want to kick that off for us? Who do you think is the next best team in the Eastern Conference?
And again, this is with the tragic accident that happened to Gordon Hayward. R.I.P. Gordon Hayward's ankle. Too soon?
Probably.
Good.
But I would say Washington, number 2.
Yeah.
In the East. Yeah.
They've
been playing well. I watched them I watched them play Philly the other night.
Okay.
And
that was a good game.
Yeah, man. Ben Simmons, he's gonna be damn good. But Wizards number 2 in the East. Yeah.
I'm just going to piggyback off of what James said. I have the Washington Wizards as number 2 as well. And, I look at them as like the hometown team, Baltimore's team for basketball, because we don't have a team. So
they used to be here.
They used to be
87.
Yeah. But, if you're a fan of the Wizards, if you're a fan of home team basketball, then this is an exciting time of year for you. I mean, I'm very excited.
Right. Gortat's got the mohawk back. He's dunking on people.
Right. I have a theory about the mohawk. That's why I started calling him Mohawk, because when he wears the mohawk, he's just a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah.
And you already had the baddest backcourt in the NBA with Bradley Beal and John Wall. Do you have the Wizards as number 2 as well?
No, I actually have him as number 3.
All right, well, hold up. Let me go off about the Wizards just a little bit more. I'm expecting a huge breakout season from Otto Porter Jr.
Otto Porter?
Yes. Yo, he dropped 28 Friday night, and that was like damn near career high for him. And his stats have been increasing across the board over the years, and I think this may be the year that folks really start to take notice of him and his efforts on the Washington Wizards.
I've always called him a poor man's Antetokounmpo.
Nice. That's fairly accurate assessment.
Yeah,
and
he's like a new age Scottie Pippen kind of player.
Yeah. And I also want you guys to keep an eye on Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, Oubre.
The Kelly Oubre effect. I think right now he's coming off the
NBA in about 4 years. Yeah. These young guys are off the chain.
Coming off the bench right now, but I think he might be starting before the season is over. Mark, who do you got at number 2?
I have the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
The Bucks.
They're a young squad, but like over the last 2-3 years, we've been seeing them just do what a team should do: improve.
Right.
And I think this year is going to be a year that they step it up even more and possibly even make it to the East Coast Eastern Conference Finals.
The Greek Freak is definitely a future MVP of the league.
Oh, certainly.
Mike says Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics at number 2. LMFAO. Yeah, he is good.
That's messed up. R.I.P. Gordon Hayward's ankle.
Man, no pun intended. What a tough break for Boston.
Oh, that sucks, Kescia. That was intended. You did that shit on purpose.
Did she tell you about the picture I sent?
No, but I was looking at it today at work. His ankle pointing the wrong way. Yeah.
The night that it happened.
And it's a high ankle injury.
The night that it happened, that Tuesday night, last Tuesday, I finally got a picture of it and I sent it to her, and she's like, I deleted that shit off my phone.
You didn't even want that evil on your phone at all.
I didn't even want that evil on my phone.
Don't even put that evil on me, Rick and Bobby.
I told him, I was like, yo, I deleted that shit. That's my exact words. I deleted that shit off my phone. Man, that thing was rough.
It was nasty.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that thing was very rough.
Yeah.
So, that completes our number 2 round. I'm just going to go off of what you said, since you just said the Milwaukee Bucks. That's my actual number 3.
My number 3 as well, so let's just roll with that.
Yeah.
Jabari Parker.
The Greek Freak. I mean, he's starting off hot.
Yeah.
I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Did I get it?
Antetokounmpo. Yeah, you missed it.
Right now, he is averaging like 39 points, and he hit a career high 44 over the weekend.
Right.
And he is certainly
future
set.
MVP.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying it now, to have a really huge breakout season. I mean, he has game-changing ability. He's tall and he's long. taller
Right.
and longer than LeBron James,
Right.
but he can move just as well.
And he has a triple-double machine as his head coach, Jason Kidd.
Boy can shoot too. He's got a nice jumper, so he's a threat at every facet of the game. You guys.
Mm-hmm.
I also like Chris Middleton. I think he's gonna do well as DeAndre Liggins, who they claimed off the waiver wire, and he's gonna add some defense and toughness to the team. The big question is, how will Jabari Parker? You were just talking about Jabari Parker. How will he respond after tearing his ACL for the second time?
Second time, yeah.
That's rough.
That is rough.
I think the only thing that they're really missing is veteran leadership. I think the oldest tenured player, is it Tony Snell? Might be Tony Snell. That's starting.
The starting? Yeah, probably Snow.
And that's young, yo. You know what I'm saying? Tony Snell is not he's not up there in age. So all right, so me and James agree that's the third best. Who do you have for number 3? The Wizards?
The Wizards.
Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and we
so we pretty much agree with the same 3 teams.
Yeah. And I'm gonna probably piss you off.
Let's see who's talking shit right now. But
the Wizards, I actually think they're going to end up with the best record, if not in the Eastern Conference, then all the NBA at the end of the year.
So.
But just like they do, they're just going to flounder in the playoffs. Yeah. And I think next offseason we could see like clearinghouse of the office, of the court. We'll see.
I think they don't have. I mean, they have John Wall, Bradley Beal, who are 2 great players. They don't have that next level superstar on their team.
Yeah.
Well, they're hoping that Otto Porter will become that. Like I said, with a lot of migration going to the West Coast, there's a lot of space for some of the stars to step up in the East and become superstars in the East Coast.
I think with them, the sum is going to be greater than the parts.
Absolutely. It's always been that way.
They all fit together.
Always been that way.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. You guys, keep it coming with the comments. We're loving the conversation. Peace.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice Products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice Products today.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. In the building, we have live Mr. Michael Ryder. There we go. And Mr. Steve Yarn. They're doing a partnership based on what was it again? The stories of the Vulcan Blazers. An awesome production that they have coming up. And now the name of it will be called Baltimore Heat. There we go. They were telling us a little bit about, they're in the pre-production phase of developing this Baltimore-based production. It seems like a really awesome idea, and I always love for more artistic events to come here, and because it's more of an event because you guys are going to actually use Baltimore as your complete backdrop of the city, and that's very awesome to hear.
Yeah, we want people to fall in love with this project through the visions and the tales we're going to tell about these firefighters, but also we want them to fall in love with the city of Baltimore. Just like they did with Miami Vice and Chicago Fire and NYPD Blue and
Sex in the City,
and all these other places that have the city as a star as much as the artists and the actors are.
And
that's
Baltimore
what our goal is.
has for many years have been the backdrops of many movies. I could think of a few Whoopi Goldberg movie.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside on BeExposedRadio.com. Thanks, Jimmy, for stopping in. As you can see, he's not in the seat anymore, but he definitely always adds to the conversation. You're watching, so hit that share button. We appreciate it.
Yeah, share the link. Share the show, man.
Share the love.
Share the love, right? Hook up your girl and your boy. Share the link, baby.
Now, we were talking about NBA. There's a couple games going on right now. We have the Hawks and the Heat. It's in the first. Hawks are 15, Heat 21. In the second period is 76ers Pistons. 76ers are up 53-35.
Damn. Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Rookie Simmons leads the 76ers with 10 points so far, which leads into our next discussion.
Yeah, it's a nice little segue. Rookie of the Year discussion. You know, there has been a lot of hype about this year's draft class and the quantity and quality of talent among these young guys. And, you know, I gotta say, like, man, you know, this ranks up there with one of the good ones, like Kobe and Durant,
yeah,
and that class. And you know, it's so crazy. You know, of course, you know, the buzz is already generated for the NBA Rookie of the Year, and you know, with so much talent, you know, this makes for great debate. You know what I mean? Of course, we have the big three draft picks that we all know about, but there have been other players who have shown flashes of greatness and you know, displayed their skills in the summer league. You know, guys like Dennis Smith Jr. and Donovan Mitchell, you know, who are saying, hey, you know, don't forget about me. I'm about to ball out as well. So, Mark, you know, who is your pick out of all of this greatness for Rookie of the Year?
I'll admit I kind of foreshadowed it with the talking of the scores tonight. Ben Simmons, Philadelphia 76ers, which 76ers got 2 top 10 lottery picks.
Right.
And I think they're definitely going to benefit from that. But Simmons, he's a guy that, you know, from what I'm reading and everything about him, is a lot of teams really don't know how to approach him because he is taller than average at his position, and it's just kind of hard to approach that. And obviously, any rookie, they're going to go up and down. They're going to have their cold streaks and their hot streaks. But just that uncertainty of how to approach defending against him, I think he's going to really produce for them.
And you almost forget that he's a rookie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because last year he had that foot injury. So, you know, he missed pretty much all the season. So he's, you know, he qualifies this year as a rookie. And, you know, I think that's a pretty good pick. I have him on my fantasy basketball team, and the man is balling out already. You know, everything that everybody's been saying about, you know, Philadelphia 76ers with Joel Embiid, you know, it might really be starting to come together. Let's just hope that, you know, everybody stays healthy and everything, you know, goes well, because I mean, they get all these guys and the guys don't play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that is rough. So I am going to give my pick for the Rookie of the Year. Yeah, purple and gold, stand up. I'm going with Lonzo Ball. Man, yo, you shaking your head. You're shaking your head. But I'm about to give you a very compelling argument as to why this thing is for him to lose. Okay? It is not just about his play, which we already know is pretty dope. I mean, the kid almost had a triple-double the other night already. You know, 3 games in, and he's almost already, you know, flirting with the triple-double. But, yo, LA, the Los Angeles Lakers, they have been in the slums of the NBA for several years now. You were talking about an organization, you're talking about a city, you're talking about a fan base that is starved right now. I mean, they're starved.
Yep. Straight
up starved. They are hungry. They are desperate for any glimmer, shade of hope, of greatness to get back to those to those Kobe days and the other days of old, man. And you know, I feel like Lonzo Ball has the opportunity to take this team from, you know, one of the worst in the league to possibly making the playoffs.
This year?
This year. Possibly. Who knows? That's another one of my bold predictions, baby. Look, man. Look, let's bring primetime back to L.A., man.
Oh, I'm all for it. I mean, I love the Lakers, too. I'm a big Lakers fan, but oh, man.
What I'm saying is, with his passing ability and supporting cast, you got Julius Randle, you got Brandon Ingram, Larry Nance. I have no doubt in my mind these guys are going to be making highlights all season long, man. And basketball will be fun in LA again, yo. And it'll all be because of Lonzo Ball. You know what I'm saying? If
So-
he's go ahead,
Are you saying the Clippers don't make basketball fun in LA?
man.
The redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna say it went from bad to worse with Clipper City. You know, for me, and man, I don't even know. Like, they're in a spiraling downfall. I want everybody to call on their prayer warriors for Doc Rivers, yo, straight up. So that's our picks for the Rookie of the Year, and we'll see how that goes along the season. But I mean, I really feel like if we can get some success out of LA, you know, Lonzo's got that thing on lock. Let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. The last 2 years we've had who was it, Kawhi Leonard and Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the good thing about the NBA, they don't really do back-to-backs too often when it comes to awards. So I think this year we are going to have someone different, even though, you know, those two are already, you know, and will always be part of the talks when it comes to defense and defensive elites of the NBA. But Mark, who were you thinking about for Defensive Player of the Year?
With the Jazz, what's his first name? Rudy,
the Frenchman.
Rudy Gobert, which Kawhi Leonard 2 years ago he got the award, but he's kind of shifted his game out of necessity for San Antonio to be more offensive minded.
Yep.
So he's kind of pushed himself out of the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Sure.
Last year was Draymond Green, which Draymond Green could very well be a repeat.
Mhm.
But what I found interesting when researching this was actually Gobert led a lot of the stats last year.
Yep, particularly in blocks.
Exactly. So, and it was a very close second place to Green last year. So I think this year Gobert gets the nod. San Antonio, Golden State really hasn't had much changeover, so the team dynamic is the same. Green should produce about the same. But especially with Gordon Hayward leaving the Jazz, Gobert has a lot more to shoulder, and he should actually produce even more defensively, which I think will lock the award for him.
I'm going to agree with you, Mark. I'm going with Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz, too. And like you said, he did finish second to Draymond Green last year. He was leading the league in blocks, and I'm pretty sure he'll do it again this year. He's also like a major presence above the rim, grabbing the boards. And, you know, I'm also going to, you know, piggyback off of what Mark was saying about the Gordon Hayward effect. And I feel like, you know, like Lonzo Ball, Rudy Gobert has the opportunity to put this team on his shoulders and become a captain and take that leadership role. And when Utah finds success, because, you know, I feel like they can get back to that. You know, they made it to right before the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, I feel like, you know, they have another chance to make it to that, you know, next to last step, if not the last step. Rudy Gobert is going to get all the credit, and will be, you know, rightfully deserved. You know, he's just going to continue to be one of the league's premier rebounders, and, you know, those are two of the main stats when it comes to defense. You know, are you stealing the ball? Are you making it hard for teams to score? Are you making it hard for teams to get the rebounds? And his, you know, his stats are just awesome across the board. So, keeping it going with the NBA talk, I'm going to talk a few minutes about the All-Star game. And this year, the NBA kind of changed up the All-Star format. Can you give our listeners a little more color as to what changes were made with the All-Star game in the NBA?
So they're still going to pick 12 All-Stars from each conference.
Right.
But instead of East versus West, the number one vote getter from each conference will then become team captain, and they'll draft their own team. So we'll see a mix of East and West on both sides. My take on it is, didn't the NFL already try this and scrap it?
What comes to mind? Team Deion Sanders and Team Jerry Rice, and that was a disaster. And I think they did it in the NHL as well, and it didn't really work out. So, I'm not really sure why they're doing this. And to be honest with you, I like the whole East against West thing.
Absolutely.
If it ain't broke, I mean, was there a decline in numbers? I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like the NBA All-Star Games become more must-watch every year.
Yeah, I think it's the best one out of all the sports.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, they be doing the fashion shows now, and they're integrating all the pop culture into it. I feel like they're doing a pretty good job with it.
They got damn concerts on the court as they're doing introductions for the teams.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the one good thing about it is you will get the opportunity to see. You might have the opportunity to see players that don't normally play together. LeBron James and Kevin Durant, just to name two, on the same squad, which I guess does provide something interesting, like an interesting aspect to the new format. But generally though, I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Then also they said this year to make it an incentive for the players to compete. I don't know about this decision either. They said that they're playing for charity. So, I guess one team will decide on one charity, the other team, whoever wins gets to make the donation. I don't necessarily know if that's going to make them actually play some defense, and we won't see a 200-point score, for each team out there. But, I don't hate on change. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's not going to last very long.
I don't either. To be completely honest with you. So, we were talking a little bit earlier about Gordon Hayward and the injury felt and heard around the world. Man, season-ending injury for Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics 5 minutes into the opening game. Huge blow for Boston.
Yeah.
Huge blow.
And they haven't recovered yet.
No, they have not. And they were hoping to have him as part of, that they wanted to feature this big three along with Kyrie Irving and my dude Al Horford. And now, to me, this thing not only just damages the outlook for the Boston Celtics, but, also enhances the outlook for the Eastern Conference. I mean, with this team out of the just this one team out of it, I think is, provides pretty much of a shakeup. Not only that, I'm pretty sure a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference are looking like, hey, we can get up into that newly opened spot.
Definitely.
Or what moves can we make to get there?
Certainly.
You guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to continue with a little bit of the Gordon Hayward talk. And we're also going to have our Reel on Wrestling. We haven't had that in a while. We're also going to talk about the World Series. We're going to knock it out the park, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh man, I think that being a thespian definitely gave me a head start and an advantage over most of the guys that just go right into comedy. I mean, it definitely helps with stage presence, memorization. Just, you know, a lot of comedians in the city, they don't consider every aspect of the performance, like what you're wearing, you know, how you say certain words, and being a stage actor, like I definitely, I'm thinking about every part of the joke when I write it or when I perform it. You know, like I try to do it as a performer without looking too stagey.
Tune in every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every Saturday 12 to 2 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. Real artists, real talk.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like, I've learned that, I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you know you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place you, like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside on BeExposedRadio.com. We just finished up the NBA talk on the Defensive Player of the Year. A couple more NBA games started while we're been talking. 76ers are still up on the Pistons. Hawks and Heat, 26-40. Heat are still in lead there. New game is the Rockets and the Grizzlies. Rockets are up 13-9, and the Bucks are up on the Hornets 9-7.
Nice. Okay, thanks, Mark. I kind of want to go back to, we were talking about Gordon Hayward and the Gordon Hayward effect. So we were pretty much talking about the effect of it around the league. Let's go back to a little bit about the Boston Celtics organization and where do they go from here. You know, I read today that Danny Ainge and the Celtics have applied for the disabled player exception, which will give Boston, if they get the exception, a little over $8 million to replace Hayward, and it had to be a 1-year contract. This exception gives a team that is currently over the salary cap the opportunity to add another player once one of their own players are lost for a season to injury. So $8 million for 1 year. I feel like you can get a pretty decent replacement for that much. I'm not really sure who's available as of yet. I'm pretty sure that'll start coming through the pipelines all this week now that they've made this decision to apply for this exception, and hopefully they'll be able to work something out, man, because it's just so tough.
During the offseason, too, like when he announced the signing with the Celtics and everything, we were talking about how great of a player he is, but also as great of a man, because he took that full page ad in the Utah newspaper, and it really looked like he was going to go on to a marquee season and really do something, especially with how that young Celtics squad just surprised everyone getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. And 6 minutes into the season, and it's all over.
It's rough. It's rough. So, shout out to Gordon Hayward, man. Keep your head up, man, and hopefully, swift, speedy recovery on that. For real. So, I mean, I pretty much feel like that concludes our NBA special.
Now,
what?
You deleted the picture off your phone, but have you seen the video yet?
No. I don't want to see any more of that. I mean, that was like the kind of injury you just feel inside your body and your soul.
Yeah, because like players from both teams were just like, oh my God. Who were they playing when it happened?
It's Cleveland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cleveland.
And Cleveland had tried to get Hayward a couple years before, and even like the Cleveland owner and GM, they were in the back, like tending to him and comforting him and making sure, like, everything was being taken care of. I mean, that was the kind of thing that just hit everyone in that whole arena.
You know what was so crazy? Like, I think it's because he was in shock. He didn't even look like he was, like, in pain. Like, I'd have been falling out. Like, you'd have thought I broke my leg 20 times. I'd have flopped back, like, I mean, he was just more so like...
He looked at it and he was like,
But, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see any more of that. Yeah, so don't send me any videos. Man. Kick your ass.
But if you want to post it to our show page, feel free.
Oh, Christ almighty. All right, man. Let's go just a bit outside of NBA. Let's go into the ring of wrestling, fighting. We haven't had this in a couple of weeks. The Real on Wrestling with Mark Foster. What is going down in the ring, in the octagon?
It's been an interesting couple of weeks, or the last week in WWE. Last night they had their TLC pay-per-view, which usually is in December, but they switched it to October for some reason. And the two big matches were expected to be Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, and then the Reunited Shield versus the Miz's team of Miz, The Bar, which is Cesaro and Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Kane. So 3-on-5. However, viral meningitis has hit the WWE locker room.
Ooh.
Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, there's conflicting reports whether they're actually infected or if they're being quarantined because they've been exposed, so as to not go further with it. But they were taken off the pay-per-view because of that. So in a really big coup, WWE put on a match that a lot of the hardcore fans have been looking forward to. They brought AJ Styles over from SmackDown and threw him against Finn Balor, which prior to their WWE careers was pretty interesting. They both at one time led a faction called the Bullet Club, which has a huge internet following. They're big in Ring of Honor, which is our local Sinclair broadcasting company, wrestling company. It's also huge in New Japan Wrestling over in Japan. And they put on probably the match of the night. And afterwards, they did this, it's called the Too Sweet Gesture. I don't know if you remember back in WCW days, the Wolf Pack with the NWO. They'd put up like the horns and touch. That's called the Too Sweet Gesture, and since that's the big Bullet Club gesture now, and since they were both leaders of it, and after their match they did that a lot. They had the internet, blowing up. But the main event, the Shield versus the Miz's team, it had a really huge comeback.
Okay.
It had the sports world talking, ESPN, SI, a lot of news outlets, CNN were reporting on it. For the first time in 11 years, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, who was the GM of Raw, wrestled in a WWE ring.
Really?
And it's noteworthy because a lot of people didn't think he would get cleared through the physical and thought his in-ring career was over. But with Roman Reigns out, I guess it's been revealed now that he did pass the physical, and he teamed up with the Shield to take on the Miz's team. Not only that, he was the one that picked up the pin and picked up the win. So
Nice.
the Kurt Angle story has come full circle, and yeah, he has competed again, and I'm expecting to see him in the ring again at WrestleMania.
So I'm pretty sure you're excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of that. That's what's up. We got anything else popping in the ring?
That's it for now.
Well, let's move right on along. We got the World Series going down this week. I think we both predicted Houston Astros, LA Dodgers.
Yep.
So we'll pat ourselves on the back.
Wait, actually, didn't I pick the Cubs? Shit.
Yeah. No, oh, that's right. Well, I will pat myself on the back with that. So Stros, Dodgers. Game 1 is tomorrow, I believe, on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
I think that thing is starting at 9 o'clock. This thing, I think this is gonna go. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be a battle between the bats of the Houston Astros and the bullpen of the LA Dodgers. Would you agree with that?
Oh, that's exactly how I see it. The pitching of the Dodgers is like lights out too.
Oh yeah. And if you are someone who likes good pitching, I mean, the Game 1 World Series matchup between my man Dallas Keuchel and my man Clayton Kershaw is like everything you would ever want in the World Series Game 1. You guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the Major League Baseball, and then we're going to get into the NFL analysis. We're going to go through who came through and who was booty huffed on Week 7. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Just a bit outside.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Couple minutes left in the segment.
Sure.
Change is good.
Yes.
Knowing when to make that change in your life. And I think it's important that you know a strategy. You know where you need to go. But change is good. Everything don't stay the same.
Right.
And if you're a person, especially for old people, that can't accept change, then it's kind of hard. Right. I was going to a church. I'm gonna make this real brief. I was going to a church that could not, some older members. I attended the second oldest black Presbyterian church in the country. That's one. And why are you laughing?
Yeah, it's bad that you knew that.
And that's a soundbite. Yeah. So
thank you, Eric.
we would play certain music, and we implemented a lot of equipment or instruments like drums and piano, and the style of singing changed. And two people out of the congregation, after the service, they would go up to the pastor, sit down, and say, "Hey, sit down. Let me talk to you." And they will critique each song in the service every week, and it was change. It was evolution. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
And they could not begin to accept it. Like, they are used to the
traditional hymn.
The Negro spiritual.
Yes. Not only that.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to get yourself noticed? Well then, why not sponsor us? There are lots of different options to choose from commercial spots and on-air shoutouts to interviews and even putting your logo on our website. Don't miss these great opportunities to get noticed. Check out our sponsorship packages on our Facebook page or on our website, beexposedradio.com.
It's time for a flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was just
a long one, you know. But it's always something that you can.
Go ahead, Bliss. Can you recollect any signs that you might not get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the how they bust? But show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this make that. You in? I got that good. The shame.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey guys, what up? Welcome back. When we left off, we were talking about the World Series that is about to go down, the ultimate battle between the Houston Astros and the LA Dodgers. We were just talking about pretty much the Astros bats versus the Dodgers bullpen, the hot arms with their pitching. And game one tomorrow against Dallas Keuchel and Clayton Kershaw. Lord have mercy. We are at the home stretch. So, Mark, what is your prediction for the World Series this year? Who do you got to take it off?
I'm going to correct myself after picking the Cubs to make it to the series and go with the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been who everyone's talked about all season long, and don't get me wrong, the Astros were that second best team next to them, and probably for the first time in a long time, the two best teams in the entire league made it to the World Series.
Yep.
But the Dodgers, they only dropped one game in the postseason so far. That was against the Cubs. Whereas the Astros, they they very well could have lost that series to the Yankees. It looked like they were going to sweep them, and then bam, the Yankees came up and just took them to 7 games.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers are going to win. I think it's not going to be pretty. I give the Astros 1 game. I think it's going to be 5 games.
Crap. Jesus. Okay, I got the Dodgers too, but I'm going with the Dodgers in 7.
7.
Yeah, Houston just finds a way to win games. You know what I mean? They kind of got the magic going for them. But I do think that they are at a great disadvantage with this series because, like you said, the Astros are coming off of a grueling, hard-fought 7-game series against the Yankees. And what have the Dodgers been doing? Chilling and watching tape, yo.
Yep.
So, Clayton Kershaw historically does not do well in the postseason. And I think a key for the LA Dodgers is to win this game tomorrow. Okay? For several reasons. One, you just want to get that win behind Kershaw.
Yep.
Okay? You want to establish the tempo for your team at home. 2, you want to take the win out of the Houston Astros because, they're flying high right now. You know what I'm saying? They were able to escape that series with the Yankees, and they're feeling like, all right, we kind of went through our little bit of hit and slump with those, 2-3 games, but we're back hot again.
Yeah.
I believe that game 7 was like 8-1.
I was just going to say that.
So, they're feeling like there's no reason for them to go out there in LA and start knocking them out the park all over again. Yuri Gurriel has just been really hitting the ball well as Altuve and Correa. So, I'm pretty sure they'll be looking to contain those 3 especially.
Do you think the Astros are going to be able to hit off of Kershaw?
They might be able to hit off Kershaw, but they ain't going to have a chance in hell against Kenley Jansen.
What do you see happening tomorrow?
I honestly think that Kershaw's going to get it together tomorrow. I mean, he's like I said, he's got a great deal of rest. He's had plenty of time to prepare. I'm going to go with I really love what Yasiel Puig has been doing, and they could have Seager back. So I'm going to say like 4-1 Dodgers tomorrow.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I say game 1's going to be an instant classic. I think they're going to be competing to see who gets the most strikeouts. Keuchel and Kershaw, it's going to be amazing, and I think it's going to go extra innings.
Oh!
Wow.
I certainly hope so. I would love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'd be texting all night.
It'll be like 12, 13 innings, then everyone's like, come on, it's 1 o'clock, let's go.
Right, no doubt. So, all right, so those are our, our little major league predictions for the postseason. And, by this time next Monday, we'll have a better idea of what's going on with this thing and how it's going to round out. So let's move on really quickly to the NFL. I want to take a few minutes to talk about the Ravens game. They lost in Minnesota. They looked like crap again. What was the score? 16 to 24.
Yeah.
16 to 24 in Minnesota. We had Brandon Williams come back. We were hoping that he would, him coming back would help out with the run defense. It did not. Latavius Murray just ate them up.
It needs to be said, too, and I've heard a lot of people saying it, the Vikings, they got 6 out of 6 on field goals, and if the defense had allowed those to go on to score as touchdowns, the score would have been ridiculously lopsided.
Yeah, and, Baltimore's D, man, I mean, we have a league leading 1,017 yards rushing, and we're pretty known for, we're known for our run defense.
Yeah.
So, that's just still horrible. I mean, the offense is just seriously falling apart. We took another L with Mike Wallace.
Yep. I was just reading that Sendejo from the Vikings, he got a 1-game suspension for that hit on Wallace.
Did he? He should get one.
He knocked off the helmet, and it was nasty.
Yeah. And clearly, I mean, Mike Wallace was trying to come back into the game, but clearly he had a concussion and then some because, I mean, that Bama was on the sideline, tearing stuff up, looking for his helmet, trying to get back on the field, talking about he's Batman. So
And heading into that game, I think we only had 3 healthy wide receivers.
Right.
So now we're like down to tight ends, and they signed another tight end today. I don't get it. They signed a tight end. They released an offensive lineman. Don't release any offensive lineman unless you got someone else that you can back it up.
This is what I'm talking about. Clean house, man. What the... Yo, and then it was like, again, like a couple of questionable calls. I mean, I understand. Like in the fourth quarter, Mark. Now, I mean, we were down by 2 scores. I think it was like 9 minutes into the game. Man, we was at third and 10. It was like 9 minutes left. Like you could still get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And we hike the ball. What does this Bama do? They throw a screen pass. and I'm just like, yo, I don't understand what the hell is going on here. Shouldn't we be trying to, like, you know, I mean, aren't we trying to win the game? I text my homeboy like, yo, why the hell did we run a screen pass just now? And he's like, well, we don't really have any targets. Mike Wallace is gone. Okay, but then let's fast forward to 5 minutes left in the game. Y'all throwing the ball all the way down the field to Ben Watson. What the, you know, I mean, come on.
Like 3 or 4 seasons ago, the screen pass became big in the NFL again, and people were able to use it to get 10, 15, 20 yards, but defenses started catching on. We can't just be doing something that was big 3 or 4 years ago. That's an offense scheme that's not going to work.
Yo, we lost yardage on that damn play. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They were right on. I mean, they were just on it. As soon as they had the ball, like, damn. You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, everything, the questionable play calling, you know, a culmination with the injuries and everything. I mean, yo, like, Ravens fans, winter is coming. Okay, and we are not going to be part of the postseason this year. I'm telling you that right now, man.
They had gone over 9 quarters without an offensive touchdown, and on the very last play of the game, they finally got an offensive TD.
Man, I'm just through. You know, I try to be an optimistic fan, but man, I'm a realist when it comes to, you know, my teams, and I just want some heads to roll at the end of this season, man. I'm gonna be talking about this from here to January. I want hashtag heads roll in Baltimore. Like, that's what I want, man. That's what I want.
But unless they can trade Flacco, get someone else to pick up that contract, he's not going anywhere.
Right. And how many more years we got this, Bama?
I don't know, because I know you restructured it a year or 2 ago.
Right. We're going to look into that. But let's keep it moving with the NFL talk. Last week we introduced a new segment to the NFL analysis and NFL talk, and we called it "Who Came Through and Who Was Booty Huff." So we're gonna keep that thing going because we got a lot of positive feedback about that, and then we're gonna make this a hashtag thing. Hashtag came through and hashtag booty huff. So I want to start off with who came through week 7 for you, Mark Foster.
It's a team that actually I'm surprised I'm taking. They're riding a 3-game win streak.
Okay.
Their $10 million man starting quarterback went out injured with 2 broken ribs. But the Miami Dolphins are just putting games together and keep on winning.
Nice.
And unfortunately, that's who we're playing Thursday night.
Yeah. No, Matt Moore. Who's Matt Moore?
Matt
right?
Moore,
Looking
yeah.
Looking pretty good. He'll probably kick the Ravens' ass. I have all the faith in him. And none in the Ravens.
Yeah.
My pick for who came through is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, they rebounded from a tough loss to the LA Rams at home by shutting out the Indianapolis Colts in their house. And who would have thought Blake Bortles was, as of last night, was leading the league QBR for the week.
I was just going to say, he's got to be up there top 3 at least.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense is still cracking. Points against is less than 16 a game,
Jeez.
Which is tied for second in the NFL. And on the offensive side as well, I mean, my man Leonard Fournette is getting it done. They're averaging 169 rushing yards, which is leading in the NFL. So shout out to the Jacksonville Jags. Wow. Let's move on. Hashtag Booty Huff. Mark, who do you have for who's Booty Huff this week?
It hurts my heart. It hurts my soul, but the Broncos.
Yep, that's well deserved. Well deserved.
They got blanked.
What the hell happened in Mile High?
Nothing happened in Mile High. That's the problem. They're sticking by Simeon, which I said at the beginning of the season I wasn't sold on him.
Yeah.
You know, they started the season strong. They started the season looking good, but now not so much. And I know KC took a loss yesterday against the Raiders, but KC's still looking good. That game was 31-30.
Yeah. Oh,
whereas, and at the beginning of the season, I said KC's going to take the West. I don't see that changing, but I at least would hope the Broncos would compete, especially with that defense. But the defense couldn't do anything. The offense couldn't do anything. It's like the Ravens.
All right, well, there you have it, Mark's Booty Huff. I have the Arizona Cardinals Booty Huffers of the Week, Game 7. Man, last week, the Arizona Cardinals, they got Adrian Peterson. Man, he did good. Man, we was pumped. The old heads was popping. You know what I'm saying? Carson Palmer, my man with the locks.
Fitzgerald? No.
Yeah, Fitzgerald and Adrian Peterson. They gonna be the old head gang that's gonna be out there smashing mouth and getting it done. Well, let me just tell you in the words of the late great Denny Green. The Arizona Cardinals, they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. Okay? We let them off the hook. We thought within this one game that they were gonna be so awesome. Man, let me tell you, they were straight booty huff. Carson Palmer continues to be the NFL. Shots fired, that's what we do. Carson Palmer continues to be the NFL's punching bag. And in the second quarter, he said he couldn't take no more. He said, the hell with y'all, and he left the game. Okay? Adrian Peterson had 21 yards on 11 carries, yo. They are a league low, averaging 63.4, rushing yards. I mean, with points for, they're tied for 27th with 17 points against. You're damn near the worst in the league with 27.3. The LA Rams, man, they just totally whooped that ass.
And the Rams are looking damn good this year. Yeah. I think they're surprising everyone.
And that kind of segues me to the next topic is, the Rams the real deal. I'm going to say yes.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
yes, they are.
I think they're going to win the NFC West.
And, I'm going to take it a step further. Why not? Let's just say it. They might be able to compete for the NFC altogether, the whole entire conference, man.
Yep.
They just blanked the Cardinals, and they also beat a decent Jacksonville Jaguars squad and the Dallas Cowboys. So, they're number one in points for with over 30 a game.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Todd Gurley, Goff, they getting it done. And Sean McVay, who is a rookie head coach, he said, he's got the team rolling, and he doesn't even think they've reached the full potential yet. And that's scary, man. And to be honest with you, I hope that the Baltimore Ravens takes a page from the LA Rams book, man. I'd like to get a nice young head coach in there, nice young everybody, nice new perspective, nice fresher perspective. Some guys that aren't afraid to take risks and to be creative, man. You know what I'm saying? The Rams is getting it done. Baltimore Ravens, Bird Gang, take notes. Crying out loud. Oh man, so do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think I had them a couple weeks ago, the Rams. And Goff, just damn.
Who's better than Joe Flacco, who's been in the year 10?
It's like we have a new renaissance of quarterbacks in the NFL. These young guys that we are used to the old guard of Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning, who just retired a couple years ago, Eli Manning, and those guys are just floundering. Aaron Rodgers takes the injury. Eli Manning, I don't think he even plays quarterback anymore for the Giants. Sorry, I didn't mean to kill Kescia. But Goff and Wentz and even Jameis Winston, they're all looking damn good.
Yeah.
And earlier Jimmy was talking about how in the next 4 years the NBA might have a whole different look. The NFL might have a whole different look at quarterback in the next few years.
These young boys are coming in and getting it done.
Yeah.
I gotta give them their props because that used to be the scary thing of the NFL. Like, oh no, we don't want to throw a rookie in here.
Yep.
And man, I think with the success of Dak Prescott, teams are starting to feel like anything is possible and giving these young guys a chance. And I think that's great for the league, man.
That you said that, I don't know, this thing just popped in my head.
I was gonna say, I just saw your face like,
Does that burn them out earlier? Because you got to remember, Joe Flacco came in as a rookie. As a rookie, he took the Ravens to the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. Took them to the playoffs, 5-6 years in a row, won
Joe
a Super Bowl.
Flacco is an anomaly. He's an underdeveloped,
He's a system guy.
No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were looking for Dak Prescott to decline this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the boy has missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? I think it all depends on, what kind of coaching you have around you. Do you have somebody who can understand, to actually coach a quarterback and understand the maturation process, that they actually go through? Are you going to put them in good situations? Are you going to put them in situations where success is highly probable? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, Tampa Bay, has been doing a good job at that. And also, Dallas as well. And, man, look at Trubisky.
Yeah.
Chicago, man. I mean, I still on the fence with him. I don't think he's tried and proven yet. But I mean, somebody to talk about as well. My man, Deshaun Watson.
Going back to Trubisky, he went up against Cam Newton this weekend and came out the victor.
Yeah. But there's some things going on down there in Carolina that I can't put my finger on. But just a couple of shout outs. Melody D, she said we got graphics now. Yeah, we're trying to make moves out here, baby. And my homegirl, Inshira. What's up, babes? Hope you're feeling well. Get well soon. I'll holler at you tomorrow. Where we at? Damn, we got to wrap this thing up. Do we have an update on the football score?
Monday Night Football, the Redskins are up 3-0. It's 7 minutes left in the first quarter still.
Okay. So, we are coming up. Oh, we got another quick comment. What did it say? My girl Melody say. Nice. Oh yeah, thank you very much. So we are coming up on the wrap up of the show, and do we have a feel good?
We have a feel good
story. Okay, what's our feel good?
Let's see. Texas, we know it's the high school football is like a religion there.
Oh yeah, with Landry and all that. Sure.
And this is just a great story because not only does it exemplify sportsmanship, but we also love to talk about and highlight women in sports.
Mm-hmm.
There's a young lady named Claire Jeffress.
Okay.
Let's see, it's Pearland, Texas. She plays for Dawson High School. She's a kicker on the Dawson High School football team. Last week, not only did she kick the game-winning field goal, but earlier in the week, she was named homecoming queen.
That's what's up.
Right? And there's a picture. I had to switch off the show, so I don't know if Eric put it up yet, but there's actually a picture of her in her uniform with the homecoming queen crown and sash and everything. That game she went 5 for 5 in the game with PATs. She kicked the game-winning field goal, and it's not her first time kicking a game-winning field goal for this team this season. Her goal is to move on to the collegiate level for soccer, but she doesn't rule out maybe trying out for the football teams when she moves on to college. So I think it'd be really interesting. Someone that has that kind of leg, she's kicking over 40 yards at the high school level. Maybe we could see something out of Claire as her career progresses.
That's awesome. Yo, I mean, a young lady that gets it done on and off the field. You gotta love it, man. I want to just take a quick second to shout out Philadelphia Eagles player Chris Long. And we talked about him like a month ago or so, and his donation with his work with Charlottesville, Virginia, and he's back in the headlines again for something good with the Water Boy program that he came up with, and it's basically comprised of NFL players who are providing clean water to different areas in Africa. Man, and I think that's just absolutely amazing. this guy's just continuing to be an exemplary individual and player in the NFL, man. And like you were just saying, man, it's not just about what you do on the field or on the court, but what type of person you are outside the arena of sports. So shout out to Chris Long on that one. But look, you guys, yep, right on point. Eric, my man. That's the music, y'all. Hey, look, we had a great time talking about the NBA with you all and the Ravens. God help them. Next week we'll continue on. Yeah, shots fired. That's what we do. Hey, do we have a sign-off line for tonight?
I did not get a quote.
All right, well, I'm going to say my quote. God damn it. Baltimore, spread love, yo.
Oh.
Oh. Ah, not tonight.
What do you do?
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all